Hi everyone! Today I'm answering the popular question, what is earnest money? Well, you're about to find out. Hi, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Emily Ingle. I'm a realtor in Jacksonville Beach, Florida, and today I'm going to be answering the popular question, what is earnest money? If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to my channel because each week I put out awesome new videos about real estate in general and the local market here in Jacksonville. So what is earnest money? Earnest money is your good faith deposit that you submit whenever you go under contract on a home. Oftentimes it is 1% of the purchase price and it lets the sellers know that you are serious about buying their home. Your earnest money deposit protects the sellers from you getting cold feet, because it's not likely that you're just going to walk away from that money. Sellers require this commitment because they're taking their home off the market for you and are no longer advertising it to potential buyers. But when is earnest money refundable? There's got to be certain situations that if something doesn't work out, you get that money back, right? Right. Once your offer is accepted, you enter a due diligence period. In Jacksonville, this is typically a 10-day window in which you perform your inspections. You'll perform your home inspection, maybe a termite inspection or a septic inspection if necessary. You might drive to the home and practice your commute to work one morning or continue checking out the neighborhood. If during your 10-day due diligence period, an inspection reveals something and you are no longer comfortable purchasing the home, you can get your earnest money deposit back. Or if you decide really for any reason at all, during that 10 days that you just don't want to move forward with the purchase, you are entitled to that money. However, if you decide to cancel after this 10 days, there are much greater chances that the seller is entitled to your earnest money deposit. There are typically 3 contingencies that can affect your earnest money deposit when you're purchasing a home. These are your inspection contingency. You did an inspection, you love the house, and you want to move forward. Your financing contingency. The lender did approve you for the loan to purchase the home. And your appraisal contingency. The home appraised at or above the value that you're paying for it. If you were unable to obtain financing, so say you were pre-approved for the loan, but all of a sudden interest rates rise and now you can no longer afford your monthly payment. Or maybe you lose your job and now the lender won't approve you for the loan. If for some reason you have to cancel your contract because you are unable to obtain financing and you cancel within your financing contingency period, you will be entitled to get back your earnest money deposit. And if the home appraises below the value that you were offering to pay for it, in certain situations, you will be entitled to your deposit. However, if you have cleared all contingencies, you did your inspections, you love the home, and you decided you want to move forward, your lender approved you for the loan, and the home appraised at or even above the value that you're offering to pay for it, and you're 3 days away from closing, but all of a sudden your dream home comes back on the market, so you decide you want to cancel, well, in that case, the seller is entitled to your earnest money deposit. The most important thing to know about earnest money is you have to be on top of your timelines. So I'm just going to do a shameless plug here and say that's why it's super important to hire a professional realtor. A lot of times they'll work for you for free and they will keep you updated on all of your timelines and make sure you know if we move forward from this point on, you cannot cancel. Or they're going to give you all the possibilities so you know exactly what your options are. So where does the earnest money go and when do you have to make the deposit? Well, your earnest money deposit is typically applied to your closing costs. So if your closing costs are $6,000 and you made a $1,000 earnest money deposit, that means you're only going to have to bring $5,000 with you to the closing table. And earnest money is typically deposited within 3 days of an accepted offer. So there you have it. That's what an earnest money deposit is and how to make sure yours is protected. So now that you know tons about earnest money, maybe you realize you know nothing about how to buy your first home. Well, that's okay. I linked a video right here about how to buy your very first home ever. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and comment below to let me know. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell because I put out awesome content every week and you want to be notified when.